much bigger than that. And so I think that's the main reason why all these institutions are lack of trust, is because the institution has narrowed its purpose to self-interest. And we see politicians who are lining their own pockets. We see educational systems that are there primarily for the teacher unions or the administration rather than what's best for the students. So all the institutions, particularly I say business, need to get back to examining why they exist, what their purpose is, what their function is, how do they serve society, how they serve others, because that's what people want. They want businesses to be more than profit machines. They want businesses that care about their customers, who care about their workers, who care about the environment, who care about doing the right thing to their suppliers. They want business to be good. Retailers in general understand something better than many other types of businesses understand. We understand how important the customers are because they vote every time they come into your store. Or if they don't come into their store, they're voting as well. So they vote with their pocketbooks and they express their preferences, and they ultimately are your best form of marketing as well. Through satisfied customers, they talk to other people and create more business for you. So we teach our team members that their most important goal is to satisfy and delight our customers. And we train them and we empower them to do that. So management's job is to hire the very best people we can, train them well, and make sure they're fulfilled in their work, that they're happy, because we believe that happy team members will result in happy customers, and happy customers will result in happy investors. Same thing when we deal with our suppliers. We are looking towards the long-term relationship. We're not trying to maximize a short-term extraction from our suppliers. We're asking, we need our suppliers to flourish as well, because as they flourish, they will innovate, create new products that will help differentiate us in the marketplace, and it gives us competitive advantage. So we view each of these major stakeholder groups as someone that we want to see them flourish, because we know that will help our company to flourish. For the organization can show up in an authentic way. Some of the important lessons to be learned in creating the high-trust organization. First of all, what I call fairness in all things. Nothing will demotivate an organization quicker is a perceived lack of fairness. Any type of nepotism or any type of favoritism demoralizes the organization. So fairness in all things, in terms of hiring, in terms of promotion, in terms of compensation. Fairness must rule. Secondly, the essential importance of creating a culture of love and care. Organizations flourish when we have a culture that permits the expression of love and care. There's nothing perhaps more important than creating a culture of love and care. It's essential that the leadership in the organization embody love and care, that they walk the talk, and that they lead by example. If we have those attributes, we'll have a high-trust organization. A little bit of a complex answer. So for most of our history, in the 40-year history, we probably only got serious competition in the last 15 years. So the first 25 years we existed, very few people sold the same products that we sold. So that was no big deal. But then as we got more successful, we got more competition. And one of the ways they competed with us was to undercut us in price. And of course, one of the things Whole Foods knows it needs to do is it needs to meet the competitive marketplace in terms of price. And that is one of the reasons we wanted to merge or sell to Amazon, is Jeff and his team think long term. So it was going to be very difficult for us to lower our prices and hold on to our company, because when you lower prices initially, it actually hurts your sales and hurts your profitability. Something you were selling for $1, now you're selling for 90 cents. So it looks like your business is declining. Now you'll get it back over time as people realize that they get better prices, but it's a painful transition. Now with Amazon, we've already dropped our prices 3 times, and we're going to keep dropping them. So Amazon that's another great benefit of the merger for us. We are getting more and more price competitive, and Amazon is willing to be patient and let that play out over time. Business school is going to need to evolve and understand that business success in the 21st century requires a lot richer set of skills. And if not in any particular order, but some of the other skills that need to be taught in art are communication skills and primarily listening skills. I think those are essential skills to develop. I think emotional intelligence is, I always say that a better predictor of leadership excellence is less analytical skills than emotional intelligence, because a business organization is about relationships. And without a high degree of emotional intelligence, no matter how brilliant you are, you won't reach your full potential, and neither will the organization. Heart told me to do. So, follow your heart, find your purpose. I just think this is such a good philosophy for a conscious leader. Life is about learning and growing. When you stop learning and you stop growing, you might as well just get out of here and step off the stage, because you're going to be dying if you're not learning and growing. And that means we got to be willing to take chances, we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to learn from those mistakes. In fact, if you're not making mistakes, you're playing it way too safe. You got to be making mistakes, because you got to find out what the edges are. You got to find out what your limitations are. That doesn't mean I'm encouraging you to do free solo up the, El Capitan, but you should be challenging yourself and testing yourself to do it. And my first piece of advice is that young people don't realize this, but life actually goes by pretty fast. And it's too short to do anything less than following your passions, to follow your heart. Things that you deeply care about are the things that you should involve your life energies in. You shouldn't be preparing, in a sense, to follow your passions later, because you may end up getting trapped in a job or a career that doesn't really engage your deepest passions, the things you care most about, and you do it simply to make money. And again, there's nothing wrong with making money. I think that's a very good thing. But for people that want to start their own businesses, most entrepreneurs just go out and do it. I mean, if you look at the great entrepreneurs of my generation, people like Bill Gates and Michael Dell and Stephen Jobs, they were on fire and they just went out and did their businesses. And so follow your passions, follow your heart, follow your bliss, however you want to call it, I think is a key strategy for not only business, but for life.